All right, I just got a 4.5 pound picanha from Steel Brazilian store and restaurant, and they were so nice they even gave me 10% off. Wow. Here we go. The mystery cut of meat. It's actually an Australian picanha. Picanha is real popular in Brazil, and I found it off watching YouTube videos, so there you go. First thing you have to do to prep this is to remove all this silver skin. So got my boning knife, and we're gonna do that right here. Now this is my absolute first time doing this, so I'm gonna go in here real carefully, get rid of all that silver skin to show off that beautiful meat. Now I was able to, took me all day yesterday, but through the powers of Google, I found a place here in Columbus, Ohio, who had them right on tap. Because I didn't want to order it because I wanted to make this video, and normally when I'm ready to produce, I'm ready to produce. So here we go. See, last little bit, I'm gonna get that right there. Now you always want a good, nice, sharp knife. One thing I learned in knife training is a dull knife is far more dangerous than a sharp knife. There we go. I'll just go ahead and trim that off too. All right. Now once you have that silver skin off to your liking, it is ready to make fillets. Now you could do this as a roast. But if you go to any Brazilian steakhouse or anywhere that serves this, it's going to be steaks. We're not here for roasts. We're here for steaks. So what you want to do is you want to find the grain and cut it with the grain. So looks like that's good enough right there. And I'm gonna cut it this way. The reason for cutting it with the grain for the fillets is when the person is consuming it, actually eating it, they're cutting it against the grain, and that right there gives it the full experience. Now this was a $35 piece of meat, but let's look how many steaks we get out of it. Let's see, what are we at? Cut this one right down the middle. All right, there we go. Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 and a half. I'm going to get rid of these little ones. That way we can spread those out so you can take a look at what we have here. This is picanha, and I'm actually giving it a try for the first time myself. I've never had it, but I wanted to go get it so I can show you guys. Now, one of the staples of this is that big fat cap right there. I know normally try to avoid that fat like that, but we are going to get the full experience out of it. Now, one way I like to prepare my steaks, takes a little longer, takes a whole day, is grab a little salt. I always use sea salt. If you're still using table salt, get rid of it. Get yourself some sea salt. And you just salt them down. And this is a process called dry brining. It's a sort of a process of dry aging. So you can go all the way up to a full week. I don't do that. I just normally take it to just a day. And the whole process of dry aging is to extract moisture from the meat. And you might think, well, isn't that going to make it dry? It absolutely does not. Especially when you have a lot of the intramuscular fat that we call marbling, you'll be just fine. What it does, it removes a lot of the moisture content from the surface area, and it gives you a better crust, and it actually locks in the juices. So don't hesitate to give dry brining a try. So we'll go ahead and flip these over, salt the other side, and we will be back with the cook. All right, 24 hours later, and we are back. We have 24-hour salt brine picanha. That's what it is. That's what this cut is. It's a really famous in Brazil, and I was watching a YouTuber named Guga Foods, and he prepared one of these, so I said, ooh, I gotta go get me one. And like I mentioned before, I was lucky enough to find a store that actually had them right here in Columbus, Ohio, and it will be somewhere in this video. I actually took a small, quick video of me walking up to the door, and it has the signage up front, because I think it's Estio Brazilian Market. I might be saying that wrong, but anyway, let's move on to these dry brined picanha fillets. As you can see, the salt gives them a really red, rich color, and there is a little bit of oxidation because I had them in a bag in the refrigerator, and when they touch each other, they tend to oxidize, but that's normal, just as long as they don't smell. And these are still, like I said, only thawed them out 24 hours ago and salt brined them in the last video, which was last night. So we are going to get these ready. We're going to go get the grill ready. Actually, we're going to use the griddle tonight, and we're going to cook these up. All right, everybody, I believe this griddle is good and hot. Let's go ahead and drop this first picanha fillet. Go ahead and load her up. like I mentioned before, normally we avoid these big fat caps, but we're going for the full experience today. Put these on. See if I can stand them up. So that doesn't want to stand up. I'm gonna have to hold that there. If you do want to render that fat one way or the other, heaven forbid you have this nice steak and underdone fat. I'm going to let these render right on that fat. See if I can stand that one up a little bit better. Yeah, there we go. Let that render right on that fat. Just a little while. Now once again, these are picanha, a Brazilian style steak. But these come from Australia. I was really lucky to find them right here in town. They are available online to order. Pretty easy, but I've ordered steaks online and the shipping is killer. But I wanted these immediately so I can get them salt brined up, so I can get them ready to cook for you guys. And also, like I mentioned before, these are my first time cooking these. And they will be my first time tasting these as well. But from what I hear, they're called the Queen of Steaks. I'm not sure what the king is. Maybe that is the ribeye. I have to look that up. Alright, I believe that fat has been rendered well enough. Go back to the cook. Oh yeah, look at that. Oh yeah. Have them all facing the same way. Alright, now it's time to give them a little heat. Alright, time for the last flip. All right, and there we go. Beautifully rendered fat. Good cook. Let's slice a few open. See what it looks like. All right, everybody, let's go ahead and cut one of these up. Look at those juices just flowing out. I mean, look at that. Look at that. Wow. Let me go ahead and grab one of these. It's just flavorful. Flavor town. You know, let me grab this one since this wants to get away. Guy Fieri said we should name Columbus, Ohio, Flavor Town, Ohio. We just might have to do that with this steak. Like I said, Picanha, Picanha, Picanha. Thank you so much for the 300 likes. That's it. Give the picanha a try. Look at it glowing in the sun. Look at it glowing in the sun. All right, thanks a lot, everybody. Well, I couldn't leave y'all without